Here, if you're worried that God won't accept you because you do something that you think goes against God, understand that God will give you grace if you come under His roof. Alright? And not everything you think God will deny you for, will He? But you have a choice. Be with God, be one family, stand together against the evil, or you keep worshipping that evil. You live in that house that evil is taking possession of over you. You drive that car that evil has taken possession of over you. You don't know none of that shit. You signed a contract with that evil, right? Illegally though, right? Because you didn't know, and they've kept you a prisoner your whole life. But you say, no, Josh, mate, I'm outside, so I'm not a prisoner. Oh, but you are, because they illegally gave you a person ID, right? That's a prisoner identification, and they stole your inheritance from God. Daniel 3:2-5 tells you who they are, right? I kept warning you and warning you. There's not really time left to warn you, so you best stand under God, right? Stop going to school, stop going to work, stop fucking going to the shops. If they don't have somebody to do what they tell them to do, then how does evil control you? It can't. And don't go try to say, well, no, you're trying to get God to control us, but God doesn't control, God sets free, right? You saw all the evil in the world try and hunt me. You saw them lose billions of dollars doing so. You've seen every prophecy I gave come true. You've seen them try and kill me more than once, right? That's levels of government, even the army, right? And even others, because they belong to the same cult, although they weren't in those positions. Now, or some who were paid to, right? But the thing is, you've seen me live, right? Did you see any harm come to me? Or did you see them repeatedly try and make shit up about me when there was no evidence that any of this had happened? How come Joe goes down the street and Joe says something, but Joe stole that from me, and you say, oh, Joe, you're so fucking wonderful, you're fucking, you know, but the truth tells you the truth, and you say, oh, nah, fuck you, man. But the truth came from God, but you hate God? Weird. And then if somebody evil says the truth, you say, oh no, we fucking love you, we love you. Well, God doesn't appreciate that, and that's you going against God. It's going against truth, because that person isn't saying it in truth. Now, refresh my memory here, because although Jesus lived as man eternally, right, and there's multiple instances of him living at different times in the Bible, there was only ever one Jesus, only one with his power and his authority. Nobody else had that, right? So if there's only one, why are you trying to say that you're better than God? How come you're going to say that you can protect yourselves, but every day you bow down and you worship to the very evil that you claim to go against, right? You say, no, man, I hate these pedos, right? But then you send your children to the schools that they created to harm them, right? You go to the jobs that they created to control you. God made man to look after the earth and be a paradise, but you're not looking after the earth and being a paradise. You're destroying the earth, right? You know, are you being one people? If you're one people, you'd all look after each other, but you don't. You say, I'm scared I'm gonna lose. But alright, let's put it another way here, okay? Since you're so silly and you go against God, let's put it another way. When you see countries that oppose their people again and again and again, worse and worse and worse, what happened? Eventually, the people were left with no choice but to fight back. Alright? But you're not fighting back. You say you are. You say, well, we'll beat them in their own system. But they can just say whatever they want. You have to destroy the system, because the system is Babylon. Daniel 3:2-5. So don't dare tell me that you are against these evils, but yet I'm the one who stood against them. I'm the one who walked out of the world. In fact, I didn't just walk out of the world. They like pushed me out of the world. They're like, fuck, man, you can't, you know, you don't belong here. But neither do you, because you came from God, right? That's complicated. Not everybody exactly came from God. Some came from evil, right? And for those of you who want to claim about aliens, not real true, but we'll put it in another sense for you. Imagine there was two alien races, right? One good, one evil on this earth. Now, which side are you actually on? Because you're bowing to the one who's evil. You're not bowing to the good. And it's not even about that bowing, but it's that if you don't have that leader who is pure of heart and trustworthy and honest and who had all integrity and who didn't bow, then who you got to tell you, hey man, you're stepping the wrong way, yeah? You know? Because you're saying you're doing the right thing, but you're doing the wrong thing. God can overlook and give grace on many things, and many things that evil told you that was wrong isn't necessarily wrong, right? But you can't have anything if you bow to the evil, because that's not even yours, that's theirs, right? Yeah? What did Jesus say? Jesus said, hey, Caesar's tax to Caesar. Why? Because Caesar was against God, right? And he had his own little fucking bubble. So if you were in that bubble, then you became his property. So whose property would you rather be? The true living God who walked people out of Israel, or and protected them and did all these miracles, fed them when they had nothing? He said, just walk. You don't got to worry about nothing. He fed them in the wilderness, right? He gave them water from nowhere. But yeah, you say, I'm scared of a home, I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. Well, fucking stand up. You're going to be a lot more scared when they keep putting the pressure on you. So what day do you decide to stand together as one people and just fucking walk out of the world to actually live? Yeah? It breaks my heart, right? Because you're walking to your own death. You're bowing to the evil. And God's judging, and God says this evil gets destroyed. But the only reason His extended time so long is because you don't turn to God. And God doesn't want some of you to be destroyed. God doesn't want anybody to be destroyed. But if you keep doing evil, you have to be destroyed. So are you going to walk away from Babylon? You're going to walk out and say, hey, we stand with the true living God. Your time's running out, so you better, actually walk away from the world. You see the world falling in front of you.